Hello, dear viewers. Praise the Lord. I hope you are all safe and sound. Before I start today's topic, I would request all of you, if you are new to my channel, kindly subscribe it and also press the icon of the bell so that you can be getting the new notification about my videos. And I would also request if you kindly press the thumbs up button, and that's going to be a little encouragement for me to keep working for this noble cause. So in the previous video, we had discussed the W's and H of effective teaching. W's is in fact all that the students we have to teach: who, whom, what, and when. So out of all these W's, many of our teachers, I would say majority of the teachers, are fantastically good at, and that is what to teach. So the content, many of our teachers are really qualified of, but this content and this qualification of the subject will be of no use if the teacher doesn't know how to deliver that topic, that content, according to the level of the students, to the level of their interest. So अब जो हम बात करेंगे in my upcoming videos, I will be sharing with you the steps of the effective lesson planning that will make your teaching interesting and innovative for your students and will make your content actually the understandable and interesting for the students, no matter whatever age group they belong to. So the first step that we had discussed was the objective. So it's very important to have the specific aims and objectives apart from what are on the daily basis. Like the daily basis, we simply say मैं चाहूंगी कि मेरे बच्चे लेसन पे उनको लेसन की रीडिंग करनी आए, या मेरे बच्चे एक्सरसाइजेस कर लें, या मेरे बच्चों का रिटन काम पूरा हो, या मेरे बच्चे डिक्टेशन कर लें. These are the normal routine specific objectives of certain topic that you teach. And as they are the normally usual base objectives which we actually do on the regular basis, so they seems at time very traditional, old and boring, though they are also very important. But with them we also need to be paying attention on the objectives that might arouse their interest in the lesson. Like I would enable my students to be knowing few new words of the vocabulary. I would enable my students to be drawing something according to the lesson. I'll be enabling my students to be fluent at the language. So if I have these objectives, only then during my teaching, especially how I will be working on them so that they can be achieved at the end of the lesson. So now I am going to discuss with you the second very important step of the effective teaching. First was the specific objectives you should have in your mind before you enter the class, and that's what you always think a day before, or sometimes before you actually teach that lesson in the class. So after the objectives, then your whole teaching is going to actually make an effort to achieve those objectives which you have in your mind before you teach that lesson. So the very, very important first step that is mostly missing in our teaching today is motivation. If you see here is the motivation. And what is now motivation? Motivation, there are two types of motivation. We have intrinsic motivation and extrinsic motivation. I will not go into the detail of these two terms. Many of you would already know, but I'll just explain the meaning. Intrinsic, as the word shows, in means inside, the person is motivated him or herself already, and then extrinsic means outside. What are the strategies or the learning activities that the teacher uses to motivate that student towards the topic? So this part actually when goes missing, then our teaching becomes simply plain, because the purpose of motivation is in fact knowing to unknown. It's the journey from known to unknown, and it is in fact to develop interest and the curiosity among the students. What lesson or what topic are they going to do? It is also to relate the lesson or the topic to the daily life, because the more we relate the topic with the daily life of the students, with the topics, with the information they already know, our actually topic or the lesson becomes more interesting and very much creative for the students, and they definitely enjoy it. Now, if you have any lesson, let's say I have the poem to teach in English, Daffodils by William Wordsworth. Now, if I only enter the class and I ask the children, today I'm going to teach you daffodils, I write it on the board, you open your books on page 29 and let's start reading. Once I was wandering alone in the countryside and all that, I start reading the poem. So I did not actually prepare the mind of the students. I did not create any sort of curiosity for them to enjoy. I did not do any kind of questioning that might captivate their attention throughout my lesson. So I, in fact, lost that students' interest in the lesson in the beginning. So afterwards, when they start getting bored, they will be then creating the discipline problems for the teacher. So the second option could be, if my topic is daffodils, I would go, and you know it's all about the flowers, I can be motivating the students about this topic by showing them the picture in which there are flowers, and I can be asking different questions and then bringing the students to the topic that I have to teach. So motivation can be done by showing a relevant picture to the topic, by asking questions about that topic. They are not exactly about the topic, like what kind of flower do you enjoy, or what kind of flowers do you have at your home, or what is your favorite flower. So I am not revealing actually the actual topic of the teaching, but all my questions are relevant to my topic daffodils, and their answers will be actually taking me to that topic which I will be introducing afterwards. If I am I don't have any creative idea about how to motivate the students, so the simple technique I always tell the teachers we can do is, we can write the word scrambles on the board. हम different उलट पुलट करके टाइटल लिख सकते हैं और फिर बच्चों से कहें कि बच्चों आज हम जो टॉपिक करने जा रहे हैं वो आप इन्हीं स्क्रैम्बल वर्ड्स को अनस्क्रैम्बल करें और आप एक कंप्लीट वर्ड मुझे बताएं कि वो क्या होगा। और उसमें जब सारे बच्चे इन्वॉल्व हो रहे हैं फॉर 5-10 मिनट्स आपको वो वर्ड क्रिएट करके दे रहे हैं, तो बहुत से ऐसे जीनियस बच्चे भी बैठे होते हैं जो आपको एकदम बताएंगे, ओह टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू डू डैफोडिल्स. So then you can be writing that topic daffodils. So for 5-10 minutes you can just imagine how creative and how active your students will be, and then they will definitely be enjoying your lesson. Now this is one of the example. Then we can also, like if I have to teach it according to my level 9 and 10, they are little big girls. So I always ask them to close their eyes and then imagine the situation that I tell them, and that situation is all about the flowers and the nature and the beauty of the nature, and then from there I take them towards the topic. So my motivation in fact varies from the level to level. If I have to do this poem with class 4-5, of course with them I can't be doing reflection, so I might be motivating them towards the topic by asking the questions about their favorite flower, or by showing some beautiful picture to them, or the children can be doing some little role play in the start of the lesson, and the remaining children in the class are there to be observing them and then to be doing the question answer session about that role play. So it's very, very important, teachers and the viewers, to have the motivation strategies in the beginning, because if this one is missing, then we cannot actually arouse the students' interest in our lesson. And in the beginning, if the students will lose their interest, then you cannot put them on the track. You lose their attention, and then they start creating problems for the teachers once they are not enjoying. So second very important step of how to teach effectively is motivation. And motivation activities are so many, but most of the time that we used in our low resource classrooms is writing the questions or asking the questions. Questioning is the best strategy in the teaching that we can use where we have no other resource to use. So the creative questions about the topic can be asked that relate to the topic that I have to teach, but they do not reveal actually the topic. so that I can arouse the students' curiosity and I can arouse their interest in the lesson. So once you do that, then your automatically the discussion with the students is going to be open-ended discussion, and children are really going to think, oh, what are we going to do? And when they have that kind of curiosity in their mind, they will definitely be waiting for you to teach what you have to do. So if you have that kind of environment created in the start of the lesson, I can guarantee you teachers that your lesson will be fantastically well. So it's very, very important according to your topic, whatever you are teaching, science, maths, English, geography, social studies, Urdu, even Islamiyat and religion, no matter whatever subject you are teaching, it's very, very important to think of the creative teaching strategy relevant to the topic you have to teach in the beginning, which does not reveal the actual topic, but it takes you towards that topic. So once you do that, your lesson is really going to go fantastically interesting and well for your students. So don't forget the second very, very important topic of the effective teaching, that is motivation. All right. Thank you very much. See you in my upcoming video, in which I'm going to discuss the third very important step of the effective teaching, which will really be helpful for you. Once I'll be finished with all these important steps of effective teaching, then I will be starting actually the teaching of different topics in different subjects. And of course, my subject is English. So I'll be giving you the model lessons of the English topics, grammar topics, and I'm sure they will be of help to many of the teachers who are really interested and ready to teach their children in a different way once in August, when they are going to go back to their schools and when they are going to start their new session. Thank you very much. Take great care of yourself. Stay blessed at home. God bless you all. See you in my next video.